Welcome to the channel. My name is Kelley Norton. I'm the associate broker here at EXP Realty and the owner of the Arizona Living Group. Today's video is going to be all about answering some questions that our clients will ask us. And a lot of our clients are relocating here, but a lot of our clients, because I've been selling real estate for over 23 years, are from right here in the Valley. And it's kind of funny how some people pronounce things differently, even though they might be here for years and years and years. And a lot of people are asking me questions. How do you pronounce this? What is this? What is this tree? Where do you live? What are the best view communities? What are the best water communities? We're going to answer all those questions and more today, so stay tuned for the video. Hi, I'm Kelley Norton, your AZ Realty lady at EXP Realty. Count on me for all things Arizona real estate. So first thing we're going to get out of the way is, how the heck do you say Saguaro? A lot of people pronounce this Saguaro. It is Saguaro with a W sound. And this is a blooming cactus. They take quite a while to grow. If you see cactuses with arms, they are hundreds and sometimes thousands of years old. And a lot of people say, gosh, I really want to get a really big cactus for my yard. It is a lot of money. The smaller cactus of the saguaro will run you about $100 to $200 a foot. They're extremely heavy. Most of the time they do have to be brought in on a truck or a bobcat or tractor to have it be planted. And it's very important that you plant these with the north side of the saguaro marked, because if you don't, it will die. They have kind of like a little bit of a heat scar that builds on the saguaro. So if you turn that and now you have a fresh side to the sun, then it could make your saguaro die. And they are super expensive, so you don't want to have that happen, and it'd be really, really sad too. You can't pluck these out of the desert either, you guys. These are protected, and it is a felony if you are transporting or removing a saguaro. And if you have one in your yard, you actually, before you can move it or take it down, you really should look into what legal restrictions are around the saguaros. Another question that I get is, do we have sales tax on our homes here when you sell a property? No, there is no sales tax. When you sell a home, you could potentially have capital gains tax, so you do need to talk to a tax professional or a tax attorney, CPA. We're not allowed to give tax advice, but there are restrictions of how long you've lived in a home, if it's owner occupied, where you may have to owe capital gains taxes, but there is no sales tax. I know some of the states in the country, you do have to pay a different type of sales tax on your home, but here in Arizona, that is not the case. Another question that I get is, what cities have I lived in Arizona? So I have lived in Phoenix, in a couple different areas of Phoenix. So I've lived in North Phoenix. I've also lived in Ocotillo, which is further south. It's actually south of the downtown Phoenix area and on the way to that Maricopa location. I've also lived in Chandler. I've lived in Gilbert. I've lived in Northeast Mesa, and I've lived in the Desert Ridge area of Phoenix. I've lived in Glendale, and I've lived in Peoria. So definitely resided in a lot of different locations. I also had a cabin up in the Payson area, which is about a 2-hour drive from the Phoenix city center, and that gets you up into the White Mountains and much cooler weather. There's snow up there, and you do see all 4 seasons. So yes, we can get 4 seasons here in Arizona, but you do just have to drive a little bit out of the Phoenix area, just a couple hours. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. It is not over yet, but I wanted to remind you, subscribe to the channel and click the bell. That way you're notified when I put up new videos. And again, I am Kelley Norton, and if this is your first time to my channel, I welcome you. I'm a Valley native, a real estate agent of over 23 years. I have an associate broker license here at EXP Realty, and I run the Arizona Living Group. We help people just like you that look to relocate to or within the Phoenix and surrounding areas. So stay tuned, more video to come. So one of the other questions that I get, and it's ironic that right now the wind is actually blowing and making my hair look horrible. One of the questions I get is there always wind? Because there's a lot of wind in your videos, Kelley, and we are wondering, is it really windy there in the Phoenix area or even in the Northwest Valley? And that question is, or the answer to that question is there is a slight breeze in a lot of these areas where it's mountainy and you have the mountain areas. When you get further into the city, there's not as much of a breeze because there's more infrastructure, there's more houses, there's more buildings, there's more commercial, and so you don't get as much of that breeze. And it is a tad bit cooler when you get further out into the outlying areas, into the north, west, east, or south. Just further out, you're gonna get a little bit more of the cooler temperatures and the wind. And when I say cooler, it can be anywhere from 2 to 5 degrees difference. So another question I get asked is, what are the most beautiful mountain view areas in the valley? And remember, the valley is broken up into different areas. So you have the East Valley, Southeast Valley, the North Valley, which is like North Phoenix, Scottsdale, and then you have the West Valley, which is your Glendale, your Peoria, Buckeye, Surprise, Goodyear. In the Southeast Valley, it's Chandler and Gilbert and Mesa, Apache Junction, Queen Creek, Santan Valley, and then also you have Maricopa that's due south of the Phoenix metro area. So let's talk about which ones have the best mountain views. Now, let's start in the East Valley. Superstition Mountains are stunning. So anything that you can get a view of the Superstitions, it's gorgeous. And in the month of September, there is a shadow that is casted on the mountain, and it looks like a cheetah chasing after a rabbit. So very, very cool. That is something that you can catch this time of year and see that shadow on the Superstition Mountains. So different areas of the Southeast Valley, you can see those mountains. I love Las Sendas out in Northeast Mesa for mountains and golf course, and it's just a couple minutes away from the lake. And I think maybe I should do a deeper dive into a video about the best mountain views. So I'll just kind of speed this up a little bit and just kind of touch on things, but I'll do another video on a deeper dive of these communities if mountain views are something that is important to you. Also in Santan, the Santan Mountains are gorgeous, so there are communities that are nestled around there. Maricopa doesn't have mountains right in the backyard, but distant mountain views. And if we jump into the north and northeast area, you have Scottsdale Mountain neighborhood in Scottsdale that's gorgeous. Fountain Hills has amazing mountain views. And DC Ranch up in Scottsdale, North Scottsdale, gorgeous mountain views there. And then you have in the Phoenix area in pockets near Desert Ridge, Norterra, there's mountains there. Northwest Peoria in West Wing Mountain, Rock Springs, Vistancia, North Point, all of those are gonna get you some mountain views. In Buckeye, it's going to be Verrado. Verrado has the White Tank foothills cascading up into the community there. And in Victory at Verrado, that is your backyard, is the mountains. And then in the Levine area and Estrella Mountain, you also have more mountains in that portion of Goodyear. So a lot of areas in Ahwatukee foothills, amazing mountains there on the back side of South Mountain. Levine is on the north side of South Mountain. So a ton of different areas with gorgeous mountain views. Again, if you want more information on that, put it in the comments here or just call or text me or hit contact us on the website and I can help guide you on the best communities for you for mountain views. So another question that I get often is, what the heck is this stick-looking tree? This is an Ocotillo. A lot of people pronounce this Ocotillo. It is Ocotillo, so it's a Y sound when you're pronouncing this. So this, in most HOAs, they do consider this a tree. So if you wanted in your front yard to not have something that drops a lot of flowers or a lot of leaves, this is a great option. This is actually one of my favorite desert trees. Some people consider it a plant. I actually got mine from my landscaper, where a lot of people will go to Home Depot and they're just laying down and they look dead. They do come back to life, I promise. Now these will get you beautiful blooms. They have beautiful orangish red blooms during the summer, and they do get a lot of green leaves on them. It just depends on the particular cactus, how much it's getting watered, and how healthy it is. But this is an Ocotillo. Another commonly asked question is, do we have gas out to our homes here? Yes, we do have natural gas. Not all of the homes do though. There's some communities where they are electric only. So it is certainly something that if it's important to you, that we need to look into that and make sure that we're showing you things that are a good fit for your needs. So make sure that you let us know. And hey, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Are you a gas appliance person or an electric appliance person? but I don't want to know if you're a gassy person, okay? Now, for those of you that are coming from colder climates, a lot of times you ask if we need to wrap our pipes outside during the winter. And you know what, we are a desert. It does freeze here and it does get cold, and a lot of people find that to be very shocking. But it does get cold. It gets freezing. It has gotten down into the 20s. It's gotten down, you know, below freezing many times. Almost every single winter it will freeze. Now, some people will cover their main water shutoff valve pipe to their house outside. They'll either wrap it with a towel or a little styrofoam, or they'll get like a little cover that goes over it. Some people don't do anything and it's never a problem. It's only a problem when it is, right? So you certainly could be preventative and take care of it by just wrapping it before it becomes an issue for you. And your plants, yes, you want to cover them. When you hear that there's going to be a freeze or a hard freeze, then definitely cover your plants. So those are my answers to a lot of the commonly asked questions, and maybe you have a question. I'd love to hear it in the comments here, or feel free to call or text or hit contact us on the website. Again, I'm Kelley Norton, known as the AZ Realty Lady, and I'm happy to help you. My team is happy to help you. Just reach out and we look forward to meeting you soon. Remember, subscribe to the channel and click that little bell if you like the information we're providing, and you'll be notified when new videos pop up. Thank you so much, guys. Till next time, bye-bye.